My property agent helped me to save close to $120,000. How? Watch this video until the end. Hi everyone, I'm Benjamin from Money Playschool. Recently I sold and bought a property. So I'm going to share a bit about the experience in this session. To share some tips, we have the Realtor who helped me to save $120,000. Amos, say hi and introduce yourself, and how do you get into the property industry?
Hi everyone, my name is Amos. This is about my 10th year in the industry. I'm from Singapore Realtors Inc. Till date, I've moved house about 14 times. My parents were very big into this whole upgrading of property in Singapore. That's probably what got me started. In these 10 years that I've been in the industry, I find that I really enjoy working and journeying with new clients who really appreciate and value the inputs that we can give to them.
Recently, my wife and I sold our matrimonial home, and we bought a new place thanks to the guidance of Amos, who were with us every step of the way. Amos, maybe you would like to share the process and what happened and how this came about.
I recall when we first met up, we discussed a very big undertaking to put 4 generations under one roof. We had many conversations over coffee. We explored and we went through various options and scenarios to see how we could put this together. Finally, we mutually agreed to proceed on one strategy to take. This was in the period where people started to realize that COVID-19 situation is going to be here for some time. We got ready the property that you were selling, we got ready the house to put it in the best light possible, right? To make sure that, this plan can proceed smoothly. During this COVID-19 situation where we had to engage a lot of potential buyers who came to view, so it was really a challenging time to do a sale back in 2020. I recall one of the lowball offers that came in. Somebody came in, viewed the place and verbally made an offer 120k below the list price. So eventually we held firm and we managed to sell the place within the acceptable band. After that, we went ahead to purchase your next home, to put 4 generations together, and we managed to do it in the nick of time, right? Before the market ran, and I guess that's how we managed to save 120,000.
But like Amos mentioned, during that time it was the COVID period. There were a lot of uncertainties. There were a lot of changes in rules and regulations as well in terms of how many people can view, how often and all that kind of thing. So it came to a point in time, if I put myself back in my shoes then, there was a bit of like, I really don't know, so long already, why don't we sell it? And we wanted to sell it and we were considering to sell it. So thankfully Amos sat us down, my wife and I down, walked through with us again, took us through the options, basically showed us the statistics and objectively told us, hey, this is some of the things that you may want to consider, so don't panic, don't have to just accept the offer that came. So I think a lot of times people think, hey, I want to save money by saving on not going to an expert, but they end up maybe losing more money. So maybe can you share with us what's the typical commission rates like in the industry?
So in the industry, the acceptable norm that people usually do, what you would hear very commonly is 2% plus GST for a sale and 1% plus GST for a purchase. But that said, this is what is commonly accepted. There are realtors that come with different skill sets. Some are better at a certain segment and some not. The better realtors would probably command a higher rate and some will command a lesser rate. But I think at the end of the day, the amount of commission a realtor charges should not be just the sole basis of appointing a realtor.
So maybe can you share with us as well, now sometimes online there are a lot of talks of, you DIY, you save on the commissions and all that kind of thing. So what are the main differences between having to DIY or engaging a professional to help you along the way?
I guess the maybe 2 or 3 main differences, right, or between doing the sale or the purchase yourself versus engaging a realtor. The first one, I believe, is on the ground market experience, where realtors, we are viewing homes, we are doing transactions every single day. We will be more sensitive to how the market is moving, what buyers or sellers are willing to pay. Sometimes the objective of a transaction is not about the home itself or the price itself. It's really like, hey, some people tell me, Amos, I want to move in to my next home by this date. It's a combination of factors such as location and time. So this on-the-ground experience really benefits the home buyer or the home seller so that plans can be put into motion and nobody wants to get stuck selling their home for a year or 2 years or finding the next home for another half a year, right? So the timeline is important as well. The next thing, which is usually a very sensitive topic, right? Savings. It's really to everyday person. Hey, if I don't pay an agent, I save this 1% or I save this 2%. But sometimes it's really not about saving this commission. One example that I can recall is recently I had a client who did their sale and purchase together with me. They could have said, hey Amos, thank you so much for selling our place, right? And we just want to go and find the next home ourselves. But instead they chose to continue with us. What happened is that we managed to get them their next home at almost 10% below what the market norm is transacting at. So saving a 1% commission, you know, if they chose to go ahead and purchase themselves, effectively they may actually end up paying way above what they could have gotten. So this is one example of savings by really just tagging on to the experience, the expertise of the realtor. And the third one really is we don't know what we don't know, right? When we engage a realtor, you get to explore various options with the realtor. They could have suggested, hey, you know, 4 generations under one roof, right? We can possibly do option A, option B, or option C. But if you don't speak to a realtor, you just think that, oh, okay, maybe I read somewhere or somebody tells me that I can do it this way. This is what I did. And then you just follow. But actually, you could have potentially considered 2 other options before making a decision. So I guess this is really the main difference between DIY and engaging a realtor.
So after explaining this, if someone is interested to find a realtor, hey, what should they consider in terms of finding a realtor that works well with them?
Just have a conversation with the realtor and see if there's a connection. If you think that, hey, I can work with this person, because you're going to be inviting this person into your home, you're going to be spending time viewing homes. So I guess at a very base level, you kind of have a certain connection. And the next thing is to really think, does this realtor have my best interest at heart? Or is this person, this salesperson just out to close this deal and then move on? I think lastly also, can this realtor, value add to the sale or to the purchase? Whether they have the necessary skill set to get the job done. I think these are the 3 main things rather than, we just look at, let's say, how much this person charges. Really about the professionalism and the expertise that this realtor can bring to the table for what you need.
And I think I can testify to that. At that time, I had told Amos, hey, I think the offer quite okay. It would have been easy for someone, if you want to sell, we can sell. And then just pocket the commissions. Rather than risk going there again, and what if they change another realtor? So I think these are signs that shows his work. Anything else you would like to add? Any tips you would like to share with our viewers?
When it comes to home purchases or home sales, even before you find a realtor or find somebody to speak to, right? The one thing that you probably need to ask ourselves is, why am I doing this? Am I moving because I want to have the chance to register for primary school for my kid? Am I moving because I want to be nearer to the office? Am I moving because I want to be closer to family? In Benjamin's case, I want all the families to stay together, 4 generations to stay together. I think this why is really important because some people can move homes many times, can do a lot of upgrades, but then end of the day, you just consistently find yourself moving, but not really knowing the reason why you're doing a certain transaction, right? If you're not sure why you're doing it, if you can find a realtor that can help you understand why you're doing this sale, I think that would be the biggest tip I can give, rather than, starting the short list, this place has a lot of potential, this place is nearer to school, if I'm here, I'm close to 5 MRT stations or 5 MRT lines and all that. I think those are good to have, but really, without knowing the why, then this whole journey, you just keep going in circles and circles.
So for those who are interested to find out more or to get in touch with you, they have questions to ask you, how do they get in touch with you? What should they do?
You can either look for Benjamin from Money Playschool and he can link you up. Or you can reach us at Coffee with Amos, or you can contact me directly at 8787-5000.
So Coffee with Amos, and the contact number, we will leave it in the description as well. And that's all the time we have for this session. Remember to like us, follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have any comments on what you have learned or any questions that you have on personal finance, drop it in the comment section and we'll see you in the next session.